The Murray-Darling Basin is home to over 30,000 wetlands and is one of the most significant agricultural areas in Australia. Wetlands are distinct ecosystems inundated with water that form at the point of union between land and water. They help to filter out sediments and pollution, allowing the clean water to flow into the main river systems. Wetlands do not have to be permanently wet. Saturation can occur at regular or random times. They are constantly changing over time, and many wetlands in New South Wales are dry for decades, but come back to thriving life after heavy rainfall, allowing life of all kinds in the wetland to regenerate and reproduce. There are 4 different types of wetlands in New South Wales: riverine, lacustrine, palustrine, and marine. The Murray-Darling Basin is a riverine wetland. Wetlands are important on a variety of levels, from agriculture to biodiversity to history. Many forms of life, including animals and plants, are provided with water, habitat, and productivity upon which they can thrive. A large part of this biodiversity present is not found anywhere else. Some species rely on reduction of flood impacts, which only wetlands can endure. Wetlands are important for many primary products. They encourage agricultural activities by providing a groundwater recharge, a water source for irrigation, and by attracting birds which prey upon pests. Wetlands are among the most vitally productive but threatened ecosystems in the world. Today, these vital ecosystems face threats from human activity, pests, weeds, and increased droughts due to climate change. Wetlands in the Murray-Darling Basin are particularly facing pressures from long-term overconsumption of water for human use, particularly irrigation for agricultural purposes. While farming within the basin accounts for almost 40% of Australia's agricultural production, we need to assess whether this industry is being utilised to its full potential. Rice is known as a thirsty crop, yielding a lower value for a higher level of water use. This unnecessary use of water increases environmental stress on the ecosystem, as it is already battling long-term droughts. The Murray-Darling Basin is an arid and unpredictable ecosystem, and utilising this environment for the production of one of the most water-consuming crops per hectare is not sustainable and will result in irreparable, long-term damage to this vital ecosystem. To tackle the degradation of wetlands in the Murray-Darling Basin, we propose a widespread replacement of rice crops grown in New South Wales with sorghum, ultimately reducing the high demand for water and returning it back to the river systems and surrounding wetlands. Sorghum is a grain grown for human consumption across the globe, with 500 million people eating it as a staple in sub-Saharan Africa and Asia, but primarily in Australia it is used for animal feed. It is like rice in a number of ways, such as both being planted between September and November, and having high versatility, similar yield, and a high global market demand, making it very easy to implement as an agricultural alternative. Further, the substantial environmental benefit to growing sorghum extends to its comparatively small water consumption. It requires only 5 megalitres of water per hectare versus the 12.6 megalitres for rice, saving a total of 76,000 megalitres per year from being removed from the wetland ecosystems. Additionally, sorghum has demonstrated viability as a biofuel, potentially minimising the carbon footprint of current farming practices in combination with the restored wetland flows. Rice has consistently proven to be an unsustainable crop, particularly susceptible to the effects of drought, as exemplified by the farmers on selling their water allocations from the basin during the past 2 major droughts in New South Wales, rather than utilising it for their crop production. We believe that through significant crop replacement, greater amounts of water could be provided back to the river systems, maintaining regular and seasonal flows, which would see the return of high biodiversity in the surrounding ephemeral wetlands that we are truly on the verge of losing.